So gamers, we have got another classic from the Gazpacho Vaults. Why voting with your wallet doesn't work, by the Cold Soup Man himself. I'm interested to see what he has to say about this, because while I think I kind of agree, I'm also interested in hearing like his thoughts on the matter. I think I kind of agree in the sense that voting with your wallet is an individualistic thing. It works in that sense, but I think like if you're trying to start a movement, I don't think that works, if that makes sense. You need something a bit more than vote with your wallet. It's one of those things that sounds like a good sentiment if it's not backed up by like things and stuff. It's one of those cool phrases that people say to sound like they're based and cool, but they actually don't mean it. Whenever someone shits on like AAA games, it's just something cool you do to sound cool to your friends that you play indie bumfuck number 67, do you know what I mean? And it's like, listen, look me in the eyes and tell me that when you play Helldivers 2, sometimes you don't just look at the environment and go, fuck, that looks nice, man. That looks so fucking good, bro. Something an indie game couldn't pull off. But like instead, these people just lie to themselves every single day. So let's see what you have for us, Mr. Gazpacho.
Let me tell you a story.
Tell me.
The date is April 2nd.
Okay.
Nintendo has just begun their presentation for the Nintendo Switch 2.
You should recommend you start your videos with a story to hook people in, you know? Very, very algo maxing of you.
And it is knocking people's socks off. Boom, Mario Kart. Boom, Deltarune. Boom, Silksong. Boom, Donkey Kong. The new Joy-Cons will be connected magnetically. Runs at 4K cool. In the dock. Yeah. Discord for some reason. People are eating this up and having the times of their lives.
Hell yeah.
And then the Direct ended. You see, one thing was missing from all of this presentation, and that was how much any of this was gonna cost. So a bunch of people went to Nintendo's website, and $80 for Mario Kart, $90 for the controller, $50 for this damn camera, $10 for what is basically a tech demo, $450 for the console itself, which frankly isn't that bad, honestly. Yeah. These prices were absurd. And people weren't just upset at the fact Nintendo was charging so much for everything. They were upset that they were the ones to start it. If this goes over well, everyone's gonna start charging $80 for their video games. The people would not...
Yeah, chat, can we give this guy a true?
...not stand for this. The live chats of the Nintendo Treehouse live streams were full of people yelling, drop the price. Videos with millions of views go up telling people to not buy it. People made fucking petitions. The time was now for people...
Hang on. I'm sorry. I didn't even see the petitions bit. Did someone actually make a fucking petition? Nintendo, please, 2,400 verified Yeah, kill me. Yeah, fucking kill me, bro. Yeah, come on now. Yeah, all right, guys.
The time was now for people to vote with their wallets. People were and still are paying the price of crippling inflation and tariffs. They could cut us a little slack, don't you think? Nintendo is the richest company in Japan. There's no way they need to be charging this much.
And this is the part, Gazpacho, where you comically slide your Switch 2 into frame, right?
It was time for people to vote with their wallet.
I'm waiting for Gazpacho to do the thing. I'm gonna do. Hang on, Gazpacho. I'm gonna do it with you. I'm literally gonna do it with you. I'm unplugging my Switch. I'm gonna do it with you. Hang on, wait. He's gonna do it, chat. And if you're the guy that I think you're gonna comically slide your Switch 2 into frame, I've got it ready for you.
We would not stand for this.
What's this, you fucking piece of shit?
Across a lot of the internet and the entertainment industry as a whole.
Gazpacho! That's why it's the GOAT. Easy. It was quite predictable, but hey, it works. Hey, why not do it when it just works?
You'll see this same rhetoric like getting pushed of put your money where your mouth is.
Yep.
Or in more specific terms, vote with your wallet.
Yep.
I have especially seen this term thrown around in the gaming space. Like, my lord, have you seen these prices? $80 for Mario Kart, Microsoft and Sony raising the prices of their consoles by $50 each. $100 for the Virtual Boy.
Yeah.
That's really funny, actually. This is the one price I hope they don't change.
Same, I agree.
I'm sorry, I just want to see the Virtual Boy fail twice.
Same.
I don't care who you ask. These prices are ridiculous. Unabashedly. They've already sold 6 million Switch 2s as of...
Fuck you know, bro. 6 million. 6 million on things? God damn!
August. I thought we were gonna make our stand here, guys.
Wait, you guys actually fucking my mouth. I thought it was a joke. No, I am Gazpacho, alright? I'm your father now.
What the heck? I believe the phrase, vote with your wallet, not only 9 times out of 10 doesn't work, but I believe it's a flawed philosophy to live by. But first, I feel like I need to define what voting with your wallet actually is. How is it any different from a protest or a boycott?
I think it's because it's a very individualistic thing. That's the issue. Firstly, like, if we forget the performativeness of that phrase, if we put that to one side, I think what it inherently does is it individualizes a process that should be a lot more collective if you want change. It's a good, voting with your wallet is good when it's just a neutral activity. Like, for example, I don't like the concept of clubbing, going to nightclubs. Okay, vote with your wallet. Like, the less people that go in, the closer it's going to shut down. But like, when you do it with like a product that you know is going to sell, you ought to do more than just saying that. So you're supposed to do nothing? No, not do nothing. Just not say vote with your wallet. Yeah, that's what makes it work. If you vote with your, again, it inherently individualizes the process when you need collective action. That's what you need. You need collective action, not just fucking slogans. That's the issue. You need to do, okay, how do we convince people? What do we say? What do we do? Do we even have a cool slogan other than vote with your wallet? You make the cool slogan, but you did nothing with it. Yeah, good job, dipshits. Now what are you gonna do? You told someone to vote with their wallet. Do you want to explain to them why? Do you want to get into details? Like, what's the issue? What's the underlying issue that you have to say right now? And can it be said in like 30 seconds or less? Like right now, hey Moresty, why do you not support 3D All-Stars? I hate the idea of principle of digital games being locked behind a time gate. They press the button and they deactivate that game. That is horseshit and you shouldn't support that. Wow. Wasn't that way better than saying a dog shit slogan? Wow! Crazy, right? Crazy. You ought to do more than just say a dog shit catchphrase. That's why I fucking hate it so much.
If we think of every dollar as a vote, then when a company does something we like, we vote yes and buy it. That product can be anywhere from a game, to a movie, to music. And when a company makes something we don't like, we vote no and don't buy it. To give you an example, voting with your wallet is like not wanting to support a new Disney film because you don't like how it looks, but continuing to pay for Disney Plus. You are voting against the specific thing to communicate to corporations that you don't like it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, that's another thing. I'm glad he touched upon that. Because, like, the same people that will say vote with your wallet will literally go and play, like, fucking Fire Emblem Heroes on their phone and spend $40 on gacha slop. And I'm like, yeah, do you think Nintendo cares? Oh, I'm not going to buy your Switch 2, but I am going to spend a bunch of products on the Switch 1. Wow, oh, you're sure sticking it to them, right? You're sure sticking it to them, right? It goes to the same place, bro. Again, it's a useless slogan. It sucks. As a slogan, as a slogan to enact change, it sucks. That's the point. As a slogan to enact change, it sucks and it's lazy. That's what I hear about.
Boycott is a refusal to vote altogether. You don't buy the Switch 2, you don't pay for the online, you don't buy the merch, you don't watch the directs, you spread the word to others on how they should be doing this.
That's what makes it work. If somebody was, if the people that hated Nintendo wanted to actually boycott Nintendo, you would not support them under any metric. But if you ask my stance is, no, I'm voting with my wallet in the case of 3D All-Stars. I like what Nintendo does. I am never supporting, in principle, a timed digital release. Maybe you could make the argument that Super Mario Bros. 35 had to go because, it's a battle royale. They tend to fall off over time. They made it clear that that is a bit more forgivable. And a multiplayer-only online game is a bit more forgivable. Still shitty, but a bit more forgivable. This is a standalone, single-player compilation of 3 games, and they just turned it off. I'm not supporting that. I will buy Donkey Kong Bonanza, though. I will do that. I'm not doing this, though. Fuck that noise. No, absolutely not. Despite the stance with the vast majority of content creators, I don't take their stances seriously. There's a high chance they're supporting the companies they boycott, even if it's for work. So a statement rings just as hollow. Yeah, exactly. That's why you'll never hear me make these, grandiose statements. Because if I do make a grandiose statement, I want it to actually mean something. I will happily tell you I'm never supporting a digital timed release. If any company does that, I'm not supporting. I'm sorry, I'm not supporting. I'm never going to support. And I'm not sorry. I don't know why. I'm just being British and apologizing. I'm not supporting that, and I don't think you should neither. But at the same time, vote with your wallet. If you're someone who really liked the idea of owning 64 Sunshine and Galaxy on a more modern hardware with modern controls, fair. Do your thing. If you're asking me, there was 9 million suckers that lined up to support that shit, which just goes to show that Nintendo could do it again and get away with it. And I'm personally not big on it, but hey, I'll just vote with my wallet. I'll just vote with my wallet personally. It's like when people are smug in videos. You could tell, immediately my sympathies for someone just goes immediately to the earth as soon as I detect a bit of smug. I fucking hate that shit. In the same way, I hate, beat-em-ups. That fucking beat-em-ups that I hate. The price is so bad, God. Buys every single accessory. I'm like, just shut the fuck up and put the bing bing in the woohoo, little bro. That's fine. Do your thing. Hey, do your thing. Seriously, do your thing. If you want to be a shameless shill, stay in your lane. Just stay in your lane. Just don't talk talk to us like you're one of us. That's the issue. That's the issue I have with you. Do your thing, bro. If you wanna live in your fantasy Nintendo land, fucking do it, bro. You make so much money that you never have to worry about the day-to-day struggles of the average person. That's fine. That's fine. You're in your ivory tower. Enjoy the caviar. Fucking do it. Like at some point, you probably grinded enough to probably even earn it to some degree. I would say it probably wasn't a silver spoon. You probably actually grinded and earned for this shit. You earned that fucking ivory tower seat. But don't look down on us and pretend to give us a handout, okay? Just stay up there. Just stay up there. Just stay up there. Have your head in the clouds and stay there shamelessly, as far as I'm concerned. Don't pretend. Don't pretend. Don't pretend. I respect you all and you're honest. Yeah, if I was ever going to do anything of this sort, I'd just be straight up. I'd be like, yeah, this is the situation. This is the situation. I'm not going to disrespect your time. If you want to make any sort of judgment of me because of that, that's fine. I'm being honest. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. Don't know YouTube act smug and thinks they know better is a good indicator. Yeah, I can't stand it. I can't stand it so much.
Of how it works. This is mostly how I see people voting with their wallets. Now, that isn't to say this specific style can't work. Just recently, people mass canceled their Disney Plus subscriptions over Jimmy Kimmel getting his show canceled, which caused them to lose $3 billion.
I think they reinstated
or a few years back when Sony tried to force everybody who played Helldivers 2 to create a PlayStation Network account, and people mass refunded the game. These are two examples of the consumers voting with their wallets and the corporations responding accordingly with those votes. If the Helldivers 2 situation was instead a boycott, people would have been refunding all of their Sony games. If we only looked at these two examples, voting with your wallet works perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, like, it does work. That's not to say it never works. But yeah, it's again, saying it and then doing something is two totally different things. Like,
that is distorting the context of these examples. It only worked in Jimmy Kimmel's case due to mounting fears about the suppression of free speech, and it only worked in Helldivers' case because, okay, real talk, Sony, you made a game specifically designed to unite a community around a centralizing enemy, and then you made yourself that enemy. If we look at more general cases, then it starts to fall apart a little bit. Leading up to the launch of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, a portion of the Pokemon...
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm telling you, this is why Gazpacho is the guy. This is why I love this guy, man. The perfect example. Pokemon is the perfect... Like, the only thing that... There's nothing on this entire internet that gets me people onlining more than fucking Pokemon fans, man. And I find that as a blight on my my ability to speak as a content creator. Because you've never seen so much of this nonsense from fucking Pokemon fans, I'm telling you. You've never seen such tone-deaf nonsense from the people that defend this shit and people that hate this shit. You've never seen it. The Pokemon fans that just play the game and love it. Like, it's so hard to... It genuinely is quite hard to just exist as a fan that just wants to play the games. Like, and I say that as someone who tries not to I think my track record speaks for itself. I think I do a phenomenal job of not letting like the discourse sway me. Like, it is what it is. I tend to just like ride the wave, or I tend to just move my own way. But there is literally no escaping it. The moment you play any sort of Pokemon game, it's wow, you're inundated with this shit. It doesn't matter what size of YouTuber you are. My Pokemon channel has like a couple hundred subs, and I was inundated with that shit, bro. Like, it's always, like, if you're someone who speaks about Pokemon in any sort of capacity, you can't avoid it. That's the It's so unavoidable. I put up with it, of course, because, like, I love Pokemon. I don't give a shit, man. I just ban them all. I ban them all. So obviously I'm not complaining about it in that sense. Like, whatever, however the discourse is, of course. But if there's definitely one type of discourse that's cooked, from my experience, it's Pokemon. Because, like, the average person can't just enjoy it, I feel like it gets a little too crazy. Like, obviously, as I said, like, I'm very good at blocking that shit out, so it doesn't really affect me too much. But I can understand, like, your average Joe Schmo. Do you know what I mean? Like, it must be, like, whenever I see that shit in my Discord, like, I almost want to ban the guy, because I'm just like, I like to imagine my Discord is a nice space where you as a Pokemon fan could just talk. Do you know what I mean? So having someone join the Discord and immediately start doing that, I'm just like, yeah, you gotta go, bro. You gotta go. You just gotta go. You gotta go. Like, I just want to talk like a normal Pokemon fan. Do you know what I mean? Like, none of us are defending SV at launch. But I still love the game. I love the game so much. I fucking love that game, man.
Still burned after the critically mixed Pokemon Sword and Shield, was concerned Scarlet and Violet would be a repeat of history based off the trailers of the game, or the live-action Lilo and Stitch remake. Plenty of people who still remember the quality of Disney's other live-action remakes were set on not seeing the movie due to not wanting to support another live-action Disney slop-o-matic masterpiece. $1 billion to Disney! Pokemon Scarlet and Violet would go on to be the best-selling Pokemon games ever, and...
Oh my... Wait, did they sell that much? Holy shit! My go! Let's go! Let's fucking go! 27 million of them things, baby. Money talks. Money talks. Dirty cash on it. My ghost sold 26, baby. And I didn't get a penny of that, but I'm still dancing anyway. Motherfucker. I actually didn't know it sold that much. If you had told me to guess, I'd have been like, around X and Y numbers. I would have guessed like X and Y numbers, like 16, 17 million. 26? Shit. And it beat Sword and Shield as well? Fucking
And the live-action Lilo and Stitch remake made over $1 billion. I believe the main reason why voting with your wallet doesn't work
everyone I heard talk about the Lilo and Stitch movie said it was shit. So I'm just like, fucking hell, bro. I'm surprised that's so... Literally, I'm not even kidding, chat. It does not matter how bad a film aimed at kids are. It doesn't matter how bad the quality is. It cannot beat parents that just happen to be in a mall. Their kids are like, oh my God, let's watch Stitch, the kids' movies that... Okay, let's watch it. I'm telling you, it's generational. Who's going to win? A dog shit CGI movie about a beloved IP, or mum with 3 kids that just happens to be in the mall and there's a kids' film on that they can watch and occupy them for 3 hours? I'm telling you, bruv.
Because of the casual crowd. Did you really think you would be able to take down Pokemon? It's Pokemon.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, for every one person lining up to show Game Freak who is the man, there's 100 kids behind him lining up to buy the game.
And I'm one of them, baby. I'm one of them.
Regardless. Most general audiences don't really care about the quality most of the time. That's not to say every person who isn't a diehard fan of something has no taste, but that is to say the Minecraft movie made nearly $1 billion. Do I want to see
dog shit.
Another Minecraft movie?
No.
A little. It would be funny.
No,
Did my wallet vote for this movie to do well? No. I guarantee you, most of the dollars this movie got were just families going for the sake of their brain rot babies. And this casual audience extends further than just the broadest examples.
And yeah, I think that's the one thing that I think a lot of people forget this. I think a shockingly high amount of people forget this. I don't know if I could put it to a percentage. I'd even go as far as to say the majority of people forget about this. They really, really do. That there's a whole just by being involved in the internet discourse, relatively speaking, your niche. You know, my barometer, chat, is has my mum or my relatively offline siblings heard about this? If my brother Ozzy comes up to me and says, "Oh, I heard about this," I'd be like, "Okay, so it's gone at least semi-mainstream." If my sisters come up to me and say, "Did you hear about it?" I'm like, okay, now you've permeated. If my mom comes to me, okay, yeah, this is like, the world knows about this. Like, I think the example I use is Andrew Tate. Like, I thought Andrew Tate was like, okay, this is just another red pill guy. He's going to come and go. But like, when I spoke to my mom on the phone, I'm like, I heard about this Andrew Tate guys. I was just like, what the Okay, like, he's permeated. He's permeated the culture. Do you know what I mean? Everyone knows about this guy. So... yeah, that's a good barometer. I feel like family is a good benchmark, 100%. But people just forget. People genuinely just forget, honestly.
I always see people talk about how they hate microtransactions, or they hate loot boxes, or they hate battle passes.
But I'm telling you, there's some people in my chat that are going to begrudgingly admit it. Everyone hates microtransactions. Everyone hates loot boxes. Ooh, my Scrimbly McFungus is in the shop. Ooh. It's generational, I'm telling you. Everyone hates it until there's scrumbly McFuck-ass things in the shop, and then they buy it, okay? I don't think it's happened to me directly. So I won't say immune to this. It hasn't happened to me directly, but I do see the temptation. I was really tempted to buy the Persona skins in Overwatch, but then every character that had a Persona skin, I didn't main. So I'm just like, I know I'm just gonna buy them just to look at them, and I wanna look at them. I love the Persona skins in that game. Wu Yang looks so good as Joker, but I'm like, I don't play Wu Yang. Moresty, don't play Wu Yang. You know you're not gonna learn how to play Wu Yang. Don't buy it. I'm like, okay, I didn't buy it. Ultimately, I didn't buy it. But yeah, it just happened to be on 4 characters. I don't really play that much. If I don't enjoy modern Pokemon since I grew up, I expect my nephew who'd still enjoy these games. Yeah, but here's the thing though, Jake. You'd be shocked at how many people do not have this level of self-awareness. Honestly, like, this is why, chat, if you're wondering, like, because some people have asked me, what do I have against adults that watch children's media? And it's like, I don't really have anything against that. It's just like, the moment I find out that you're someone that likes media made for people like a quarter of your age, I'm just like, do you know what I mean? Like, I just immediately start looking at you funny. Because I'm just like, are you what? Immediately my brain goes to, I need to figure out if this person's one of those. Because I've met a shockingly high amount of people that watch like media that's made for children as an adult, and they like take it a little too serious. I'm just like, oh, for fuck's sake. Because like you're literally talking to the guy that has streamed 6 hours of Pokemon Legends ZA, and I fucking love that shit. but I'm also currently getting back into Attack on Titan. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have like a varied media diet, you know what I mean? Which is why I always tell people, hey, if you also watch Breaking Bad, because I just, something's funny, something's on a roller coaster. Because like, I genuinely, I just don't trust you. I'll be right, I just don't trust you. I really, really don't trust you. Because if you're an adult watching media for like people a quarter of your age, and like you're engaging with that as hard as you would like actual adult media, I'm just like, I don't know, brother. I'm kind of crying. It's made for teenagers. Yeah, I've also watched Breaking Bad. Is it like I watch media? The point I'm trying to make is that I've watched media for all different age groups and I've enjoyed them all. I've watched fucking, I watched Phineas and Ferb. I've watched Attack on Titan. I've watched JoJo. I've watched Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Like, give me an age group and I've probably watched some form of media around that age. You know what I mean? I have a big media diet. I just don't watch a lot of shows, if I'm being honest.
But what a lot of people don't realize is that's what you're seeing. If you want to live with the philosophy that voting with your wallet works, then wouldn't that mean us as a society also voted for microtransactions and loot boxes to be a mainstay? Baby Gazpacho back in 2018 probably had a pretty big vote with how many dollars they were pumping into Fortnite. The casual...
God, how many skins is that? How many skins is that, bro? Fucking hell, like, fuck. Hey, Gazpacho, what you did? Hey, listen. All I'm saying is I really need someone to carry me to a win in Fortnite, bro. Listen, can you duo queue with me no builds, Gazpacho? Hit me up, okay? Hit me up. We'll play it on stream. Okay, we'll play it on stream, okay?
Right. The casual market will always decide what is or isn't out. Of course, I'm against video game gambling, no shit. But if that's where the votes are going, then that's what's going to happen. If you want to truly believe that voting with your wallet can work, then you also have to believe that people voted for the industry to be this way.
Yeah,
for
true.
most, I don't even believe it was a conscious decision for things to be like this. Like, if you asked your average Joe why they're giving money to Una Musume, do you think their response would be that they love the gambling industry and want to support it? Do you think somebody buying Robux is just a huge child labor advocate? I guarantee most people...
Oh my god, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you mentioned this. Yes. I think every single person who will ever watch this and beyond is guilty of this. But I think people don't necessarily, in general, aren't very cognizant of what they're consuming comes from. That's another amazing bit. Which is why just saying vote with your wallet doesn't work. Because when someone inevitably goes, why? And you hit them with the... then people are going to go, wow, what a dipshit, wow. Whereas me, the guy who didn't like 3D All-Stars, I can explain to you in under 30 seconds why I think that's abhorrent. Wow, it's almost like I thought about it. There's no ethical consumption under capitalism. Oh, yeah. How can you say something so controversial yet so brave? Yeah, it's just one of those things where, like, firstly that, but secondly, it's just one of those things where just most people just aren't cognizant. You know, most people just aren't cognizant and won't. And even if they are, most won't take the action to actually do something about it. You know,
buying stuff like this don't even realize where their purchases are going. Literally, when I make a lot of these videos,
literally the moment I unpaused the video, he said it. Like, why did I even say anything? I'm sorry, Gazpacho. I should just stand here and let you go. Like,
talk with my mom about them because she is about the normalest person I know, and says she's.
And I also said the same. Yeah, guys, I'm literally just gonna stop. The rest of the video is just me going.
Marvel and Star Wars fan. I asked her, "Are you a bad person for supporting Disney, who had laid off a bunch of people who animated Inside Out 2 so they wouldn't have to be paid bonuses for the film's success?" And her response was
I didn't fucking know that was happening. What the fuck?
A yes or no. It was confusion that even happened.
Yeah, I can't watch the rest of this video anymore. You're stealing my, you're saying this, you're saying you're doing too much. You're doing too He's doing too much, gamers.
Frankly, I can't fault her for not knowing. It shouldn't have to be the consumer's responsibility to keep track of every single corporation and what they're doing. I'm somebody who knows a lot about this stuff. Imagine if I tried that. I can't watch anything on Disney or Netflix because generative AI and general anti-consumerism. I can't watch anything on HBO Max because it's owned by Warner and they know what they did. I can't play anything on my Switch, PlayStation, or Xbox because of ludicrously greedy prices and more anti-consumerism. Lovely. I should actually probably just turn this PC off entirely because it's running on
it got his own wiki? Jesus Christmas. Good lord.
Windows, which is owned by Microsoft. You know what, just forget any form of entertainment. I'll just have a nice bar of chocolate instead. Child labor, child labor, child labor, not you, you're okay, child labor.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Oh yeah?
Child labor. For the average person, and even for me sometimes, it's hard to keep up with who and what we should and shouldn't be voting for with our dollars.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not even kidding. I don't know if you guys have had your moment, chat, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it happened like a couple years ago. And like, when you've gotten to the point, chat, I remember this, I don't know, I want to say, has this happened to you, chat? There was a point, I don't know when it happened to me, don't ask me like when exactly it happened to me, but there was literally a point where I heard someone say, have you heard what people are upset about? I'm like, oh, what can I not have now? Do you know what I mean? Like, the fact that that's something I even say is insane. Do you know what I mean? That's how hard it is to ethically consume things under capitalism. That I had a moment where I was like, okay, what do we hate now? Like, what, do you know what I mean? I don't know if you've had that moment yet, but like you will have that moment at some point where you see, oh, this company's on the phone, and you're just like, oh, okay, what's going on? What's going on? The children yearn for child. The children yearn. They yearn. Disavow.
And keeping up with which companies should be supported. Like, I ate Eggo waffles this morning. What the hell is Eggo doing as a corporation? I don't know. Should I know? A lot of Roblox obbies use actual provable child labor and go unpunished by Roblox themselves. I guarantee nobody is in support of that. But out of everybody who plays Roblox, how many of those people do you think know this? And out of those...
Very few people. Boycotts forget that people don't like being dictated on what media they consume, and the product offered is what ultimately matters 99% of them, not the background behind it. Yeah, literally. I think you'd have to... I think you can, to some degree, get people to care, but like, it takes like a massive movement, you know? It doesn't take just like one statement. It doesn't take one fucking dog shit slogan. It takes like tangible change. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers will sit here and say, vote with your wallet. And then I'll ask them, oh, who's your local representative? Yeah, that's what I thought, dipshit. Jesus Christ, man.
People, how many of them do you think actually care? And out of those people, how many do you think are going to stop playing a game they probably enjoy out of not wanting to support this? It's hard to blame somebody who knows a corporation is bad and supports them anyway due to the overwhelming amount of bad press it seems every corporation gets. My brother's an Assassin's Creed fan. He knows Ubisoft sucks. We both know this, but he buys Assassin's Creed games anyways. Not because he supports Ubisoft, but because he enjoys the video games. I could never blame somebody for just wanting to play something they like or watch a movie they enjoy when both of us know how bad that company sucks. And
it's literally just like, it's the no ethical consumption thing again. But it's like, I think a part of us like to believe, because he has bad taste, firstly, truth nuke. But secondly, it's like, I feel like a lot of us would like to believe that, especially with video games, that like, at least someone's heart and soul went into this. And while it was definitely made for a company that makes lighting go up, you'd like to think with the art forms, or the things that you can consider art forms, if you're being a bit contentious with video games, that there's at least like someone there who had an artistic vision. Even if it was like maybe a bit compromised by money. You know, it's like seeing product placement in a film, you know? You kind of accept that as a necessary evil, and you kind of hope that a director had an artistic vision, you know?
And if you want to blame somebody for this, then you should first point the finger at yourself. You're watching this video on YouTube, probably. The same company that is currently forcing generative AI upscaling onto all YouTube shorts without a way to turn it off.
Yeah, that was some bullshit. Oh, no. Is he gonna say... He's gonna say the thing, isn't he?
Automatically turning on restricted mode for certain users.
Oh, no. No, people weren't doing that. No, people were lying, Gazpacho. No, people were lying about that. Not one person could provide me proof that they got restricted mode turned on. People were just lying about that. Gazpacho, no! Me screaming. Me, the Walter-shaped guy. Hank, they were lying! Hank, they were lying! No, just to clarify, I don't know for sure if they were lying. It's just, this is a thing that people were saying, and nobody could provide me like a screenshot or anything. It was just something that people were just saying, literally. Do you know what I mean? I looked into it. I couldn't find a single person that had tangible proof of this. So I'm just like, oh, is it like we're gonna hate on YouTube hour? Oh boy, it was one of those classic cases. But you know, I'll forgive him for this. Guys, no. Everything else is real though. The AI upscaling of like shorts, that's dog shit. We looked into that and that was terrible. It gets to the point where I don't care anymore because every company's doing something bad. Why should I take responsibility at every turn? Yeah, I think it's one of those things where you cannot expect, and this is why like I cannot. If there's another type of person I can't stand, it's not even like grinds my gears. I cannot stand the types of people that like are preachy and performative about things. I know that you care. The question is, how do you make someone else care? How? And I think a lot of people are like so dogmatic with their beliefs. They see the ends and think they justify the means. And it's like, no. Under no circumstances the ends, when it comes to like persuading a populace, ever justified the, like, it's just not happened. I think the best example I can come up with is dog whistles, right? Dog whistles. That's the ultimate best example. Let's say someone says the numbers 14 and 88 together, right? I know what that person's doing. But if I immediately yell at them and go, racist Nazi, that normal person's gonna stand there going, he just said 4 numbers in a row. Why the fuck is he a Nazi? Did I miss a class? And you're gonna seem like the unhinged one. I know what he's doing. You know what he's doing. But now you have to go, oh, those numbers have a history, and I go, oh, now I know. Thanks for educating me. But people like literally would rather just yell, racist Nazi, than just like go through the rigmarole of explaining, oh, that's a dog whistle. And then you have to explain the concept of dog whistles to people, that there are terms which, like a dog whistle, are meant to be invisible to the normal person, but like you're supposed to know. And that's what a dog whistle is. And 1488 is a common dog whistle. That's the how it goes. And then you get like people literally will just shout it, but then not realize, oh, you have to do the part of educating them on what dog whistles are and what the common ones that are used. You know what I mean? And then they call you a conspiracy theorist, even if you do educate them. I think it's one of those things where, like, I think if you go about it the right way, they won't call you a conspiracy theorist. I've had instances where I've had to explain dog whistles to people, or I've had to explain like in-depth concepts to people. And I think if you just sound a bit more measured and like use sources from like verified outlets, I think you can convince the average person. If you manage to make a good claim and someone says conspiracy theory, then I think that says more about them, as long as you've done a good job explaining. They just don't want to be educated, which is unfortunately sad, but it's free will, isn't it? Some people just don't want to be convinced. You know what I mean? It's just how it is. Some people have way too much, like, and a thing that people just don't understand is that some people have like, there's like way more to someone than you think. Do you know what I mean? Like, to me, like, explain to someone that's a dog whistle. I feel like I could do that in like about 5 minutes. I could explain to them the concept of dog whistles and what dog whistles are and why that's a dog whistle. But if the person isn't willing to change, there's nothing you can do about it. And I think a lot of people don't understand, like, hate the idea of not having that level of influence over people. Yeah, like, in the same way that you could give a amazing inspirational thesis on why something is, someone might be having so much going on that they just like aren't ready to process, or like sometimes it might change the whole world. Sometimes like you just gotta let it marinate. I think that's the one thing people always forget, is that under no circumstance, I would say very little, in very little circumstances have you explained something to someone and immediately go, wow, that's amazing, I'm so glad you told me that. Normally, there's a healthy process of, is that right? I don't know, man. And then they think about it and they do some soul search and then they marinate on it. And then later they come up to you and go, do you know what? I think you are right. I know that's what's happened to me. Any single time someone's literally, if you want to, like, when I used to use slurs, chat, back in like the Call of Duty days, do you know what got me to stop saying them? Do you literally want to know? Someone said to me, well, I know when I say the F slur, I'm not a homophobe. I'm just saying that because it's just a term to say over Call of Duty. And then someone said to me, why would you use the language of homophobes if you're not a homophobe? And I'm just like, I don't know, I'd have to think about that. And I did think about it. And then I came to the conclusion, yeah, you're right. If I'm not, why would I use that language? And I just stopped using them. I didn't like immediately just go, you're right or wrong. But like someone just politely explained to me, if you're not one, why would you use the same language as them? And I'm just like, yeah, you're kind of right. But it took me a while. Do you know what I mean? It took me a while to come to that conclusion. And then that's the bit. That's the bit people don't understand. Sometimes you could be totally right, but sometimes you just need the person to just go, fuck. Damn, all right. And then they sit on it for a bit. You know what I mean? That's how it goes. Like, even if we take it like outside of like big concepts, I guarantee you there's someone in this chat that like saw me love like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, for example, and they saw me playing this song and they're like, damn, is Scarlet and Violet really that good? And then they took time to think about things. Maybe they play it themselves and like, damn, I love Gen 9 now. So even when it comes to video games, that's how that shit works. Like, very few concepts can you go, here's the thing, it's like, wow, you have to let people sit on things. It's an important part of the critical thinking process that a lot of people just ignore. And it's really sad, it really is. To be honest, I feel drained to be extremely strong on both ends of the whole thing we're talking about, so I decided to stop, continue to support stuff, and the mutual feelings there. Yeah, exactly. You just have to pick and choose. You have to pick and choose the things that you believe in the most. That's what it is. Whether it's like small things like video games, or to like big things like concepts of like, you know, socio-political things. It doesn't matter whether it's like big scale things or small scale things. Like you have to let people have that moment of, okay, let me think about this. And then sometimes they go, I actually thought about this, but I don't agree. Or sometimes they say, I thought about this, and you know what? I think you're right. You have to. You have to. Otherwise, if someone goes up to me and says, you immediately changed my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for the next fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry to come over and give you the opposite opinion. Because you obviously love wearing hats, don't you? Like a fucking TF2 merchant. You're gonna put on my hat now, and the moment someone says, what's this hat? They keep bullshit. Okay, that's what you're gonna do. But when someone says to me, I have to think about that, Musty, I don't know, actually. Like, hearing I don't know, actually, is 100% better than you're right, Musty. Because I don't know actually means, I'm not sure if I'm ready to have my worldview changed yet, and I need to marinate on this. And maybe you will, maybe you agree with me or not. But that's way better. That's so much better, bro. I'm telling you, because it means that at least it tells me that you're thinking. Even if you disagree with me, even if you don't come to the same conclusion as me, you're at least thinking. And that's better than not thinking. I think a level-headed explanation is important. I remember people are misgendering a critical quote I saw on the news. And then someone just said, why would you feel okay with misgendering any context? Yeah, exactly. I think that's a very good argument, isn't it? In one sentence, you've gone like, damn. That's actually pretty true, isn't it? Like, exactly, you know what I mean? No, doubling down is the current trend, Musty, therefore. It's just unfortunate, isn't it? It's just so much easier to double down. It really is. It really is. It's just unfortunate, isn't it? But nice tangent. Let's go.
We all know YouTube is bad, but you're here anyways, aren't you? You can't blame somebody for consuming when there is no ethical consumption.
Oh.
Basketballdunk.mov.
I mean, he said it, gamers. He said the line, there's no ethical consumption. Under capitalism. Wow. Shocker, right?
At least to me, I think I've made a pretty solid point already.
I think you have,
Voting with your wallet doesn't work due to general audience. And also this meme.
Strategies that don't work, voting with your dollars. Should I choose the brand that's destroying the rainforest, or the one that murders union organizers, or the one that poisons children? Yeah, this is an excellent meme. This is an excellent meme. The next time someone says, I'm gonna have to I'm screenshotting this. I'm taking this on myself.
Well, what about when most people do learn about stuff like this? The Switch 2 prices were nearly inescapable when they were going around. But I think I would like to say the quiet part out loud of voting with your wallet. If what's in my wallet is my vote, doesn't that mean somebody with a bigger wallet gets a bigger vote?
True! Oh my god! Oh my god, I didn't think about that. That's true. That's so true, isn't it? The rich guy gets more. Oh, it actually makes so much sense now that I think about it. Because, like, how many times have you played a free-to-play game, chat, and you're like, oh, like, I'm not paying for shit on this game. What the fuck? How is this game still up? The giant fucking whale in the corner going, ooh, let me buy every skin. Let me buy every skin. That's who's funding it. Like, yeah, I think it's a commonly held thing that most free-to-play games are bolstered by, like, 1 to 5% of the community, the whales, that's what they call them. The whales that will like buy like the bulk of shit, you know what I mean? If I'm thinking about like my time with Fortnite, I'll probably think over the collective like 7 years or so Fortnite's been out, I've probably maybe spent like maybe $100 overall, like on battle passes and skins and what have you. But there's people that have probably spent like tens of thousands on that game easily. Maybe even hundreds of thousands, literally.
We can all agree these are overpriced,
yes.
Right? I mean, Skylanders Swap Force figures, which had the exact same mechanic, were $16 back in 2013. So, then why are they priced so high? Nintendo can't honestly expect somebody to pay $50 for these, can they?
No, they can. Nintendo, the fucking soy boys. Those fucking soy boys that I hate. Oh, man. Then the fucking beat 'em up. That fucking beat 'em ups that I hate. That fucking beat 'em ups that I hate.
God, they definitely can. Okay, I'm sorry for this, but it's math time. Let's say Nintendo makes a Mario amiibo. It costs them $5 to make, and they'll sell it for $10. If 5 people line up to buy it, then they would have made $50, and lose half of it to manufacturing, netting them a $25 profit. Now, let's say they decide that's not enough money, so they raise the price to $50. 4 of those people who were interested previously then tap out, thinking that's way too much money, but there's still the one sucker there that wants it,
and then because the manufacturing cost is lower, you essentially make more money. Oh, that's evil. I didn't actually even think about it that way. I'm actually learning something. Fucking hell, bro.
Just spends the $50. In both of these scenarios, they made $50, but in only one of them, they lose half of it to manufacturing.
Actually, just min-maxing capitalism. Fuck my life,
Mario
bro.
is, of course, ignoring taxes.
We need to go back to monkeys and sticks, bro. We need to go back to sticks and rocks, man. We need to go back to I trade 1 cow for 2 goats, bro. I feel like we need to go back. Don't ask me to go back. I like my fucking TikTok, but you guys need to go back.
Harris, marketing, most Amiibo actually being 12 back when they came out, not 10. But you see where I'm going with this hypothetical,
I know what you mean.
right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how many they sell. All that matters is the raw numbers. If the only reason to not buy something is because of the high price, then the people who can stomach that price are going to do it anyway. They're interested, so they'll buy it. Of course, I, and probably you, can't stomach spending $50 on a Kirby-shaped piece of plastic that you'll probably use once. But somebody more well-off than I am probably can. If you want to live off the philosophy...
You know who he is. You should have called him out, Gazpacho. You should have listened to the musty-shaped mask in the corner of the room. Coward. Coward. There's a new world to conquer. You must start making enemies. You must start beef pointlessly. You must get them, Gazpacho.
Philosophy that you can vote with your wallet, then you also have to agree that people with more money have a bigger vote than you. Yeah. Simple as that. With all of this in mind, it's hard to see the point of voting with your wallet, but I don't blame people for having this mentality. On the surface, it makes a lot of sense, but if you sit down and really think about it, I don't really think the mentality holds up. Like if somebody stopped supporting Fortnite financially during the season they had AI text-to-speech Darth Vader, would that really mean anything to Epic? That could mean you didn't like the AI, or that could mean you weren't interested in any of the skins, or that could mean you didn't have a ton of money at the time, you were falling off of Fortnite as a whole. That could mean anything.
Yeah, it communicates nothing to Epic. It literally does. It communicates nothing.
If you don't like what a corporation is doing, you could be doing so much more to make that known than voting with your wallet. In most cases, I feel that mentality should be left up to personal morals only.
Yes!
You don't like the new
I said the same thing!
Nintendo console coming out? Don't buy it. But if you believe a company is doing something truly despicable, then I believe there is more you could do in order to take action against them. Organize a boycott with people.
Yeah, exactly. Actually do a boycott, exactly.
Nobody uses anything from a specific company until conditions improve. Have people constantly talking about the issue. Be loud enough to where nobody can ignore it. Stand your ground. A lot of boycotts...
I thought that's what vote your wallet meant. No, it's just a catchy phrase for people to say. So they can sound good. It's a nonsense phrase that has no follow-up. That's the issue. It's a nonsense phrase that people should use to spearhead a movement, but no one does. Vote with your wallet! Okay. Now what? I don't know. I didn't think I'd get this far. No, you're supposed to say, vote with your wallet. Okay, what do we do? Let's organize a boycott. No, Nintendo. You're supposed to, like, continue the sentence. You're supposed to continue the sentence afterwards. To, like, something like this. But people don't do that because it just sounds better to say vote with your wallet on Twitter, farm a bunch of likes, and then go back to playing your Bing Bing Wahoo.
Take months before they're addressed, so you have to really dedicate to it. Call the companies. Most have customer support lines, so let them know directly you're not.
Oh my, oh my god. Oh my god, I have the perfect example for this. There's this fucking person I see on my TikTok called Zoe Bread, right? She's just this quirky ass woman who just does random things, right? She got a parking ticket because she parked at the wrong place in Manchester, right? The sign said, go to this machine, when it's actually the other machine, and she got a ticket. So this woman, chat, has been relentlessly following call-ups, FOIA requests. This woman has been on the case. And do you know what finally happened? They finally removed the fucking sign. They finally changed the fucking sign. But she was, I'm telling you, this woman was, it was actually, every single time I saw one of her videos on my TikTok, I'm like, oh, hey, keep going. She just kept belling them. Because yeah, it was an inaccurate sign. It said pay at that machine when it was actually at that machine. And then, you know, she did the research, chat, and she literally confirmed that ever since they moved the sign, they have gotten, because she got, like, again, you could do a FOIA request, which is freedom of information. If the government's doing anything, you can request the information, they have to give it to you legally. So she saw the numbers of how many tickets that street got every year, and it massively shot up the moment they put the inaccurate sign, which would mean, there you go, the sign's inaccurate. But they kept saying that it wasn't. She kept calling, and I'm sure her videos got more people calling. And guess what? The sign's gone. That's what you do. Voting with your wallet is step one. Next thing, it's step two. Actually doing something. But no one does that bit. Do you know what I mean? Why would harassing customer service employees help with a boycott? If anything, I feel bad for those people. I suppose fair enough. But, like, how else are you supposed to do something? Like, you tell me. If say, for example, there was a parking sign that was, like, inaccurate, I'm calling you out. I'm not being rude. Just the guy, there's a difference between calling them up and being rude. I'm not going to be rude, but I'm going to say, hey, someone do something about this sign, please. Someone do something about this sign, please. And yes, at the end of the day, it's their job. You know what I mean? They're paid to hear you out. Hey, could someone do something about this sign? And I'm all urging as many people as possible to go, hey, can you help me with this sign, please? The sign's inaccurate. Or, hey, my name's other guy. Help me with the sign. Are you the same guy with a different voice? No. Make sure the sign is fixed, please. Hey, you better make sure that sign is fixed. Oh, Zoink Scoop, I think the sign needs fixing. Literally, that's what you have to do, bro. Like, it really sucks, but if you're annoying, people know. People know who you are if you're fucking annoying. It's weird, but that's how it works. Persistent is better than annoying. Yeah, I think being persistent is important. Like, you're under the assumption that any sort of calling, like, involves harassment. You don't have to harass them. But, like, you're paid to be the complaints line. I'm going to fucking complain. And I'm going to keep complaining until something gets done. There's nothing wrong with that.
Boycotts work, people. For a while, Microsoft had been allowing the Israel government to use its services for its military branch. And people didn't like that. So people have been boycotting them for months, and while I was writing this script, Microsoft blocked them from using their services.
Wow, it's almost as if it fucking works, doesn't it, chat? When you actually do a
Protesting has provably worked. But it needs to be more than just voting with your wallet. And here's some real advice for you real quick. If you don't like the current state of a video game franchise you loved, then just don't buy the games.
Yes.
With indie gaming, I guarantee there's dozens of alternatives. In conclusion, if you are somebody who is saying you should vote with your wallet to go against bad practices, your head's in the right place. But if you really want change, there's more you could be doing than choosing not to buy something.
Exactly.
Sorry this one was a bit shorter than my usual run.
No, this was generational, broski. Are you kidding me? I think I get a perfect video that puts into an amazing, concise package as to why vote with your wallet is just fucking stupid. Because it's step one. What you're doing is step one. In fact, I would say you're doing step zero. Saying vote with your wallet is step zero. Then you have to do step one, organizing a boycott. Then step two, Stu is actually doing it. You know what I mean? Step one is secure the keys, exactly. Which is fine. If there was something I genuinely believed in hard enough, of course I would organize a boycott. Of course I would. When it came to the 3D All-Stars thing, that was a vote with your wallet thing. Because I personally don't want to support that. If other people did, and obviously evidently it got 9 million sales and people did like it, but I was like, no, I'm not supporting it. If any game comes out with a limited time digital release, I'm not supporting that individual thing. But if Nintendo was doing like tons and tons and tons and tons of shit things, I could see myself totally boycotting the company. After a certain point, I could 100% see myself doing that. And if I was, hey, I'd organize something. I would actually take some action. Do you know what I mean? Either way, honestly. You know, you say, well, it's slacktivism. That's the word, isn't it? It's fucking slacktivism. A generational word, honestly. Unbelievable, man. Fantastic video. Fantastic video, broski. Let's have a quick skim. You should avoid your wallet even if it doesn't work. Don't just be a mindless consumer, but just because the average person is brainwashed. Yeah, exactly. I'm totally fine with it. If you want to personally vote with your wallet and personally boycott something, then that's fine. Vote with your wallet has two choices: yes or abstain. Yeah, literally. Boycotting is the no option. That's the no option. Vote with your wallet when the people who want your money own all the food and housing and the connection to the internet. The choice is really yes or starve and die. Capitalism. So saying vote in your wallet is rigged, like actual voting systems. Oh my god, true. Oh my god, gamers, it's real and true. The big one with vote your wallet is the word vote. People assume all votes are equal. That's simply not the case with wallets. Yes, actually, that's actually so true. The word vote with your wallet it's not even accurate either. Like it's not even that, yeah, because again, vote clearly implies that everyone gets one vote and everyone's vote is equal. I was like, no, fucking bumfuck McGee that wants all the Guna Genshin skins has more of a vote than you. Whereas that doesn't happen in real life. Like when I vote for a candidate, it doesn't matter if bumfuck McGee, obviously, you know, rigging aside, assuming everything's all above board, I have as much of a vote as like the next guy, you know what I mean? As a guy like half my income bracket and the guy twice my income bracket, you know? Gaz diagnosed with scoliosis after carrying the weight of being so right all the time. Justified glaze. Justified glaze. When voting wallet actually means is don't buy this thing I don't want you to buy. Yeah, honestly. You consumed for the wrong evil companies, a dumb reason to hate each other. Yeah, it's true, actually true. Oh my, guys, this comment section said, give this man a true. Give this man a true chat. There's so many trues, honestly. Especially the comment that has nuanced, practical, and non-judgmental. Actually, so real. So real, honestly. Tony's chocolate is forever on top. I never actually had Tony's chocolate. I need to try it now. I think I might just try it now. Vote with your wallet after being emptied by the top 1%. Real. Honestly, so Fork fan again. It's just so real, gamers. Oh my god. Oh my god, gamers. There's just so much truing. You cooked a 10-star meal with this one. So much truing. We need to spread the news. Oh my god, guys, we need to spread the news. I'll vote. Yeah. It's just too much true. I can't, I'm gonna be honest, Gazbacha. I can't handle all this true. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be real honest with you, Gazbacha. I just can't handle the immense amount of true you're spewing right now, and I think I have to go before I stop. I start a truth equilibrium, and it becomes a truth homeostasis. Because if that doesn't happen, then it becomes a truth black hole, where everything it reverses. It becomes opposite truth. So I have to be very, very careful in that regard. Yeah, generational YouTuber, go subscribe, okay? Fucking, then I'll leave it there. All right.